Okay, so TNA ended their year. This should have been the end of their, well, time as a company. They would have been sold. With Total Nonstop DELETION, which took place in the broken universe of Matt Hardy in Cameron, North Carolina. So let's talk about it. King Maxwell getting his fight, which he won by Senor Benjamin Taser interference. Okay. He's now the youngest professional wrestler, and he's undefeated. Okay. There was a knockouts match where Vanguard 1 tried to have a fight, but they realized that Vanguard 1 isn't a woman, so they brought in ODB. But Vanguard 1 still helped win the match for ODB. Itchweed, which is the weird, crazy final war character we saw Jeff Hardy as, won his match. I just mentioned this place in a six-headed ring inside the barn on Matt Hardy's property. And it wasn't until we had Eddie Edwards taking on Bobby Lashley, and Lashley spears him through the doors, that we finally see the outside craziness. And this, of course, is when we fall into Tag Team Apocalyptico, which is what everyone tuned in to see. The Hardy Boys, the Helms Dynasty, the Decay, which, I'll be honest, broken Matt Hardy and Brother Nero. Without the Decay, I mean, you need a perfect foil. The Decay is a phenomenal stable. I think you needed those two. They're opposite sides of the same coin. You put them together, and it works. They are the peanut butter and jelly. They are the chocolate and bacon. The bacon in anything. And that's what makes a lot of this whole thing work. Found Deletion, loved it. Leader Decay, nice follow-up. The Great War, I like how they combined the in-ring and the outside ring. This is just Found Deletion sort of way of doing things. But it was a tag team elimination brawl in random locations. I'll discuss the highlights. The Rock and Roll Express fighting the Hardys. Wow. They can still go. The Rock and Roll Express put on a nice match. I was surprised. I mean, they can still go effectively in this sort of scenario. Awesome. The Helms Dynasty, they have to fight a boat. I'm not going to give any more definition. They fight a boat. The Lake of Rejuvenation gets used, I want to say twice, on Helms to bring out two former alter egos. One, kind of dancing, makes you want to get down. One, makes you want to stand back. They throw on a nice kind of dig to Triple H, or the Man of Three H's, which I liked. Yeah, it was a nice subtle dig. Decay flat out murders people in this called match. And I do mean like Crazy Steve like breaks the dude's neck, Abyss slams him on the head with a rock. It's wicked. Like I said, Broken Matt and Brother Nero without the Decay would have just seemed weird. But those two groups together, it coalesces beautifully. So of course it comes down to those two. Because it has to be those two groups. They're the only two groups that make sense. And they fire a lot of Roman candles at each other. Like in the random direction. And I think Abyss gets blasted a lot of times with Roman candles. I should mention they occasionally go to seeing Lashley and Edwards. They don't finish their match though. So they're probably still fighting in Matt Hardy's backyard. The climax of it, seeing it be the Broken Hardys taking down the Decay, minus Rosemary. I think she's hurt, but they said she was forbidden from the property because she tried to kidnap Maxwell. all in all, this is long. I mean, it's like 30, 35 minutes of just like random people getting beaten down by Decay. I really do wish that they could have gotten, the Young Bucks to show up for this. I mean, they mentioned so hard, and they even had them super kick a drone. And I think it needed that one or two other, noted tag teams to be in this. Even if it would have been like, okay, we're going to Spike Dudley and someone else. If they could have gotten like Sabu and Rob Van Dam to have shown up. It just needed one or two more old tag teams. Heck, even if Demolition would have made a show. There's lots of great older tag teams. It would have been cool to have seen some of this. They just didn't show up. See a bunch of random indie guys who just got killed by the Decay. So it's definitely worth a watch. The whole thing, not so much. Teddy Apocalyptico, it's worth checking out.